He's not right to be upset at the coach wanting to give the penalty kick to Ricardo Pepi. Why? A 20-year-old, why would he do that? I was thinking about why would he want Ricardo Pepi taking this penalty kick? Could it be that he thinks Ricardo Pepi has upside and could potentially help them in some capacity and wants to get him going in some way? And maybe doesn't need or feel the need with Chucky Lozano. Knows Chucky Lozano will be all right. Knows Chucky Lozano has the jerarquía, has that hierarchy, if you will, in the team, and that he's going to be all right. He's going to get his goals, his minutes, his assist, his love. But he wants to get Ricardo Pepi going because he thinks he's valuable. That is everything. And I love Ricardo Pepi's confidence. I love Chucky Lozano's commitment to this because Chucky Lozano wants to prove that what he lived at Napoli is not Chucky Lozano. What he lived in the last 2 to 3 years with the national team is not Chucky Lozano. So I love this, and it's everything from all angles.
Okay. Can I read you, Herc, a headline from our friends at Marca based off of this incident?
Sure.
Ricardo Pepi ruins Chucky Lozano's return to PSV and gets jeered by the fans. Again, people say we're sensationalists here on Football Americas. That was from Marca, okay?
Well,
now,
you
I think
are
this is
because you're bringing it up.
I think it's a nothing as far as they're concerned. Like the dynamic between Chucky Lozano and Ricardo Pepi, I think there's 0.0 problems there. In fact, if you really think about it, those two players probably have more in common than they do with anybody else on the PSV roster. So I think there'll be a great connection, especially when they're on the field together. I think where this is something, Herc, is in the desperation. I think that's what you're getting at. The desperation both these guys had, you see, is evident to take the penalty. That desperation makes obvious sense for Ricardo Pepi. We've talked about it a lot. He's a player that came in with high expectations. We expected him to play. There's real competition there with Luke de Jong. And so far, he is not starting. So he needs to get off to a good start. He needs to get some goals. But if you're Chucky Lozano, when he first signed with PSV, we had the same conversation on this show. And we quite liked the move because we thought, well, for sure this guy's going to start. For sure he's going to be a talisman. A club like PSV doesn't spend $15 million to bring a player back from Serie A if he's not going to have a huge role. Chucky Lozano's in a very critical moment of his career when you talk about trying to wash away the bad taste of Napoli, both for him and for his fans. He's got to do it now. And if you look at this PSV team, Herc, there are guys, we talked about Bakayoko, a Belgian international. Noah Lang, the guy who Chucky replaces when he comes on here, is a Dutch international. He was on the Dutch World Cup team. There is quality in this PSV team, and Chucky Lozano is going to have to make the most of his chances. I loved what I saw from Chucky in the few minutes we got here. He gets the setup cross on the play that ends up being the penalty. And I don't know if we ran it all the way back in the replay, but you can see him drop a defender, Herc. It's been a while since I saw Chucky Lozano drop a defender. But I think what we saw most in that tension before the penalty kick is just how much both of these guys need every last opportunity they're going to get right now.
What side of the camp are you on? Because you read off a headline that you wanted to get out there into the universe.
I think this is a very small thing. I don't think this is an everything.
Who's in the right?
This is who's in the right?
Yes.
Well, obviously, whoever follows what the coach says is in the right? If the manager says, and now I totally understand why Chucky Lozano wanted to have his moment, but clearly he, and maybe not knowingly, overstepped his bounds. Good thing the captain was there to sort it out so it didn't become anything more. I have no problem with Chucky Lozano's desire, but it's very clear. The captain, the manager, everybody says it has to be Pepi. No problem with Lozano.
Some people out there have selective memory because Santi Jimenez took the ball away from the captain last year, and that was okay. And now this is not okay with the coach's blessing. So let's just keep things in perspective. Call a spade a spade.
Okay. All right. Worth noting in this game, Serginho Dest almost had maybe the assist of the year on the Rabona. Did you see that? He played 63 minutes for PSV.
I did see it.
Big opportunity for PSV, and a lot of these guys coming up this week. They got Champions League against producer Beto's Arsenal on Wednesday, I believe. So should be a pretty good one there.